Daydream Believers, starring David Mitchell and Robert Webb.
Oh, not another one. Hello, John. It's Ray. This email, stop sending me petitions about problems animals have got. Endangered animals, experiments on animals, depressed pandas, neurotic squirrels, bipolar bears. I don't care. I've got a sci-fi blockbuster to write. I can't sit around caring about nature. I mean, what's this? There's only 5,000 tigers in the world. Sounds like loads. What do we need 5,000 for? I'm thinking a couple for public appearances, a few more for photographs for calendars, stunt ones for films, maybe 8, 6 to 10 for breeding. I'm adding this up on my pad. Let's stick 10% on for contingency. I mean, I can't even get up to 50. What? There were 100,000 in the 19th century. Well, that was a problem that needed addressing.
Hi, Ray, I'm back.
Look, I've got to go, John. Bye. Hi, Colin. How was your family planning class?
It was cancelled. Everyone's pregnant. So we've got moved on to preparing for parenthood.
How come you're allowed to go? You never made anyone pregnant.
Oh, I got some teenager up the duff.
No, you didn't.
Aha! Fooled you.
No, you didn't.
Well, I lied to you.
Yeah.
No, anyway, there was a girl there, Leanne, who didn't know who the father was. Well, she'd narrowed it down to French or double geography. But she said I could be the father for today. Just for today, though. She was quite clear about that. Really very clear.
A word of warning, it's a waste of time trying to pull pregnant girls.
I'm not trying to pull...
Because it's not as simple as you think, Colin. Just because men with beer bellies like beer doesn't mean pregnant girls like sex.
Ray, you should hear yourself sometimes. That wasn't the point at all. I'm just interested in the miracle of childbirth. It was inspiring. In fact, I've decided to become a father.
Oh, right.
Yes, Ray, because I think we've all got to face up to the urge to reproduce.
OK.
Yes, OK. Especially you, Ray. You in particular have got to face up to it. You can't be selfish and complacent all your life. You know, the clock's ticking. You don't want to end up as a lonely old man with no grandchildren to dangle on your knee.
Do you mean dandle, Colin?
What? Dandle? What the hell's that?
You said dangle. You said you were going to dangle your grandchildren on your knee, which they won't like. I think you mean dandle.
Ray, I know what I mean. I meant dangle, not some made-up word. And if I'm going to have grandchildren to dangle or dandle or blah, blah, blah or durble, then I'm going to have to become a father.
Who is going to let you do that? I mean, becoming a father, Colin, you do know what it involves.
Well, yes, a sense of responsibility, a willingness to think of other people as well as yourself.
No, Colin, first things first, you know what it involves.
Of course I know.
Who is going to let you do that?
I know what it involves.
Which lady is going to let you not only cuddle her, but a lot more? A lot. I mean, who's going to let you really go for it with their body? In the nude, possibly several times. I mean, we're talking an intense period of delusion here on the part of some, at best anonymous, at worst made-up woman.
Quite a few, actually. I can imagine quite a few women who'd really like to get down to it with me.
Imagine is the word. I'm not talking about imagining anymore, Colin. We can all have a good imagine in the morning before we get up.
Yeah, you're trying to embarrass me, aren't you?
The wall's a paper thin.
I'm not embarrassed.
I've heard you cry out.
I'm not embarrassed.
Well, answer the question. Who?
I could get a Filipino.
I think it reveals quite a lot about your self-esteem that was your first answer, to be honest, Colin. You could have said, you never know, I might meet someone, or I'm not such a bad-looking chap, I might get lucky, or even, there are plenty of fish in the sea. But no, you said, I could get a Filipino.
Well, I could get a Filipino.
How?
Right, well, I get on the plane to the Philippines and I say hello.
To who?
Whom?
Answer the question.
Well, to the man
What, the Filipino wives man in Philippine City, near the airport. And you say to him...
I say, hello, my name's Colin.
My name's Colin, I'd like a Filipino wife, please. Do you take solo and have you got a bag?
Yeah. Are you playing Humiliate the Lodger so you don't have to get on with writing your space book?
No.
Well, go on then. Write something.
Can't think of anything.
Why not?
Well, it's the beginning of a new story. I've got Baron Amstrad and his robot info in a room, and I don't know what they should do.
Well, put anything. Just get them chatting. They could play a game. They could do Name That Tune.
It's not that easy. It's obvious you're not a writer, Colin.
My old man's a spaceman. He wears a spaceman's hat, helmet. He wears very shiny trousers, and he lives in a council flat between missions.
No, I still don't get it. What is it?
It's my old man's a spaceman. What do you mean you don't get it? I sang the words, Beep.
I thought we were playing Name That Tune. Why did you sing the words?
Because I'd hummed it 17 times and you were obviously not going to get it.
Well, I wasn't listening for the words. It spoils it if you sing the words.
Right.
Was your old man really a spaceman?
I haven't got an old man, sir. I'm an android, Beep. Once again, you've been fooled by the precision of my design. I've been precisely engineered to be as like a human as possible. Beep. Were.
But you're silver all over and covered in blinking lights.
Don't you be rude about my lights.
Good one.
Thanks. No, it's retro. What they were going for, my designers, was a look of a man who dresses up as an android for perverse reasons of his own.
That's not what you are, though.
Of course not, Beep. Oh, red alert!
It's not red alert. Who turned the bloody red alert on? It's not red alert until I say it's red alert.
It's red alert!
It's not red alert. That alert is a signal to me. No, from me. No, that's. Will somebody turn the red alert off? I can't hear myself think! Thank God for that. Now, Linda, it's not red alert because I didn't say it's red alert.
Sorry, sir. It says that an alien force is advancing through sectors 10, 11, and 12.
What alien force?
Actually, it's the Labradons.
Red alert! Red alert! Why hasn't the red alert come on?
Red alert.
Did you turn that on?
No, sir. It was just a delay.
Right, let's have a look at... Sorry, can we turn the red alert off? Never used to be that loud.
We received this report from one of our outlying Pioneer border bases.
They came out of nowhere! They were all over us! Send reinforcements! Does the red alert have to be this loud? My God, they boarded us! You've got to stop them! They're like locusts! They're like cockroaches! They're like drones! Help us! Ah!
Oh my Lord, he's turning into a Labradon!
I have been incorporated into the Labradon kennel hive! Resistance is a waste of my time and yours!
Terrifying.
Oh, sir, that's so gross. What happened to that poor guy?
He was incorporated. That's how the Labradons breed. They take over other species and recreate them in their own image. That's why they exist in a state of perpetual conquest. They're like locusts, they're like termites, they're like fleas.
Aren't they a bit more like...
There's no way we can compete with their expanding numbers.
Could we not breed like that?
Well, you couldn't. As you know, this being space, we're all aliens here, but the sort of alien I am breeds in a slightly eccentric way. I have both male and female genitalia, although I hasten to add that I've never used the female set. But I could if I wanted.
Brilliant. Does that mean you can...
Yes, technically I could with my own... up my... Yes.
Wow. It's amazing you've got so much done.
Oh, thanks. Thanks, said Baron Amstrad. Return, save.
You can't do that, Ray. You can't have talking dogs.
Why not?
It's been done.
What do you mean?
It's been done. They did it in The Lion, the Witch and the Wardrobe.
That was beavers.
What beavers?
Well, Mr. and Mrs. Beaver.
Ray, just because they were called Mr. and Mrs. Beaver doesn't mean they were beavers. I mean, I'm not called Mr. Person.
Colin, I'll be the first to admit that. Nevertheless, in this case, Mr. and Mrs. Beaver were beavers.
Well, if you say so, Ray, but it sounds like a hell of a coincidence.
Please, Colin, would you let me get on?
Well, you better get used to me being around the place a bit more. I've taken my fatherhood project to stage 2.
So you're saying in the last half hour you've made a lady pregnant?
Well, all right, I've bypassed stage 1 for now, but now I'm learning about how to look after the baby when it comes along. At the class, they told us to take a small, heavy, fragile object, like a bag of sugar, and look after it for a week.
Where is it?
Oh, crumbs! Where's he gone? Hello, baby, where have you... Oh, got you! Here's my bag of sugar, baby. Oh, bless him, he's got a bit ripped. Of course, a real baby would have made a hell of a fuss being on the radiator that long.
Colin, you are trailing baby all through the living room.
Oh, sod this! I so want to get this right. I'm broody, I'm 30, and I'm never going to have a child. And if I do, I'd probably drop it or cook it or not encourage it to read enough.
Colin, don't be too hard on yourself. If you actually had a child, some sort of instinctive hormonal thing will probably kick in to help you remember not to kill it.
You're talking about love, aren't you, Ray?
As ever.
Yes, but I'm not so sure about that because my grandfather absolutely hated my father to the extent that, as a joke, he brought him up with bound feet.
Bound feet? What? Like girls in China?
Yeah, like girls in China, except my grandfather told my dad it was boys in Shropshire.
General Geddes, now then, I've seen the massive enemy fleet approaching menacingly, but I realise it would be irresponsible of me to lose it just yet. So what I'd like from you is just to take me through your initial thoughts about our counterattack.
Right, my first thought would be to surrender for now, with the proviso that later on we might get the chance to scarper. Strategically speaking, it combines the technique of retreat with that of giving up.
What about striking back? Where's the 5th Fleet?
5th.
Sir, perhaps I can help. There's only really ever been one fleet, at most.
Yeah, the other 4 were more of a tax dodge than, say, any ships.
So we're doomed?
Yeah, doomed. Ish. No, doomed, yeah.
To think it's come to this. To be cut down in my prime.
Prime?
My empire smashed with my grand scheme only half completed.
Half?
With me gone, who will continue my work?
Work?
Stop it, infant! Is that all you're here for? Undermine the authority figure?
No, I also have some administrative responsibilities, Beep.
If only I'd given birth to a child. But no, my unused womb is like the aching vacuum of space that no amount of conquests can fill.
Sometimes I feel like that, sir, but I find a what's-it sandwich sorts me out.
You've got to do something about your diet, Info. You're never going to put any weight on carrying on like that.
Are you trying to mother me, sir?
I suppose that's what it's come to. Trying to mother a robot. It's bleak.
Can I go? What? Well, I've just been standing here. Can I go?
Well, yes.
Well, you say, well, yes. But yesterday you were going on about us not just wandering out anymore, and instead we have to wait for you to say dismissed.
Oh.
What can you say dismissed then?
Dismissed.
Right, bye.
Ooh, what's his problem?
The thing's a bit stressed about the invasion.
Well, yeah, that's not going to help, is it?
I know.
Beep, sir, the Labrador ambassador...
Why did the console beep twice?
Didn't. Second one was me.
Oh.
Sir, the Labrador ambassador has just arrived and he wants to discuss terms with you.
Send him in. Greetings, Your Excellency, although I wish we could have met under happy... Where's he gone?
I think he's gone under the table.
Ambassador, perhaps we'd...
Oh, he's...
Yeah, sorry, Ambassador, can you not do that now?
Riff, riff, you will surrender your whole empire, riff, and await incorporation within 2 days, riff, riff, or you will be destroyed, riff.
But we need more...
Riff, resistance is a waste of my time and yours, riff, 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 riff.
No, he's off.
Did you hear that, Info? We've struck gold. 2 whole days, the fools.
I agree, sir. The chances of our coming up with absolutely no plan to defeat them in the next 48 hours are massive. No, tiny. I'm not very good at chances.
Call a meeting of the High Council. You see, we have one thing we can turn to our advantage. We are individuals, whereas they cannot think individually. They're like locusts, they're like bees, they're like ants.
I've been meaning to say this, sir. Aren't they actually a bit more like dogs than locusts or bees or ants?
Dogs? It's a bit literal, isn't it, Info?
All right, ants it is then.
Amstrad turns moodily towards the vacuum of space, the stars like flecks of tippets that have been flicked onto some black curtains but on purpose, and contemplated what it would be like to be able to lick your own bit. Or does that destroy the mood? Oh, God! Ants! There's ants in my cola! Oh, my God, I've swallowed some ants!
Ray, Ray, if you swallow some ants, it's your own stupid fault for eating soil again. Ants! Millions of ants! There are boiled ants all over my easy noodle. They must have come out of the kettle.
Well, who invited the ants, Colin? Who left sugary baby all over the carpet in the middle of summer?
Ooh, hang on. I feel itchy now. I'm thinking about ants. They could be anywhere. Oh, yeah, I'm definitely feeling itchy, aren't you?
To be honest, Colin, I always feel quite itchy. It's just something I live with every day. Colin, if you're going to clear up the sugar, why don't you use a vacuum cleaner rather than sort of scraping it towards the door with your foot?
It's easier like this.
No,
just leave me to it. Can you not just leave me to it?
You're not transporting that sugar, you're just slowly treading it into the carpet. There's a vacuum cleaner.
Oh, take 2 trips, isn't it? It's all take 2 trips with you.
What?
Take 2 trips, 4 legs, not 2, unpack, all your fascist mantras. Because what you can't take is that what I'm doing is actually incredibly time efficient, even though you seem to find it almost impossible to watch.
Is it that you're afraid of the ants?
No, well, a bit. I just don't think it's fair to suck them up into some giant vacuum cleaner ant death hose.
Oh, what is this modern obsession with cruelty to animals? Barely a day passes without me receiving some email about another poor hedgehog being flattened under the wheels of capitalism.
The wheels... Ray, I'm more concerned about the hedgehog being flattened under the wheels of an actual car. You realise half your metaphor doesn't work because it is actually the thing that it's supposed to be standing for.
I dread these brief moments of lucidity you have, Colin.
Anyway, we should care about animals. They're the future. No, that's children.
And there it goes. It's John who keeps sending this stuff. He can't stop siding with the underdog.
Again, Ray, your metaphorical underdog is very likely to be an actual dog. Maybe in the basement of the animal testing laboratory, all unwillingly dolled up in lippy and mascara.
Like the prosy characters in Dogtanian.
Ray, there were no prosy characters in Dogtanian, as you well know. It was for kids.
Well, they might have slipped it in so there's something for the grown-ups. You know, it works on 2 levels, like Winnie the Pooh.
So, who's supposed to be the prosy in Winnie the Pooh?
Piglet.
Oh, yeah.
Anyway, the latest email is some complaint about scientists in America who are trying to crossbreed cats and dogs.
What, create the perfect pet?
Yeah.
You get the friendliness and loyalty of a dog and the independence and relative sophistication of a cat. Well, why is that cruel?
Cats and dogs don't fancy each other, Colin.
Come off it, Ray. All that chasing.
That's just fear. Fear and aggression.
Oh, I think you're being incredibly naive. Anyone could tell there's amazing chemistry there. Same with cats and mice, Tom and Jerry.
What?
It's a love story. It's basically a love story.
Quite a rough love story.
Well, you know what they say, the best marriages are just the right side of domestic abuse.
Who the hell says that?
Morning, Chancellor Linda. Beep.
Hi, guys. I've got the agendas.
Well done, Linda. Nothing too complicated.
Item 1, minutes from the last meeting. Item 2, how can we avoid being turned into dogs? Item 3, any other business?
That's last week's.
No, last week we didn't have the how can we avoid being turned into dogs.
Oh, yeah.
Morning, Dr. Smith.
What's this, Dr. Smith? Hey, Linda, it's me, Quack. Ah, get it? Ha ha!
Who are you?
What do you mean, who am I? It's me, Quack. Get it? It's Quack talking.
Is Dr. Smith the new doctor?
Info! Hey, how long have I... It's me, Quack.
Morning.
Amstrad!
It's Baron Amstrad to you. You're new.
Quack! Quack, you? Don't you know me?
Not very well. It's Dr. Smith, isn't it?
Dr. Smith? Amstrad! It's me, Quack.
If you say so. Right, shall we sit down?
Ha! No chair.
You are nuts.
Now then, as you will have noticed, the Labradons have infested my entire empire in about a day and a half.
They did very well.
Yes, they did, actually.
Well, yes, thank you, Info, all credit to them. But I have just negotiated a 2-day ceasefire before they incorporate us, and anything they can do in a day and a half, I'm sure we can undo in 2 days. Well, a day and a half now. So, Linda, what's the plan?
Well, I'm thinking of leaving, actually.
Oh.
Yeah, because I hadn't really prepared for this eventuality at all, and I think the whole place will definitely be destroyed. So, from my point of view, it's better if I move on before that. So, to my next employer, it'll look like the whole place fell apart without me. And I can say, oh, it was a shambles, it was really difficult to hold it together, and as soon as I left, it all collapsed. And they won't know any different.
When, in fact, the seeds of collapse were sown by your own incompetence. Nice one, Beep.
I admire your dedication to your career, Linda, but don't let it take over. That'd be my advice. You don't want to be looking back in years to come, regretting that you never even considered other options, family options.
Is that a cushion you've got up your robe, sir?
I just like the feel of it.
Why does Chris at the shop sell ant poison as well as stuff like milk and arrows?
Dunno. Suppose we could always ask him.
Yeah, although, having been in that shop every day for 2 years and not spoken to him, if we suddenly spoke to him now...
Oh, I know, it'd be like we suddenly fancy him.
Yeah, well, that wasn't what I meant, but hearing you say that...
Yeah. Because you do look quite gay.
Well, yes, I should hope I do. I like to think of myself as a happy, outgoing, jolly, gay sort of person.
No, I mean you look like a homosexual.
Ah, well, then you should have said so. I hear the way that words like gay and bender have been hijacked to mean homosexual.
Bender?
Yes?
What else did Bender ever mean?
Oh, God, Ray. It was someone who worked in a factory and had to bend metal rods. A bender. My great-grandfather was a bender all his working life. And he had 8 children before, you snigger. It's like puff, completely hijacked. If you say nowadays, ooh, that puff looks comfy, I'd like to put my feet on that puff, you'd get funny looks.
Not sure where this is going, Colin.
Uphill gardener, that's another one. It used to mean professional landscapers who specialised in inclines. My Uncle Jack was one of the biggest uphill gardeners in the country. But it means something quite different now. I mean, if Jack ever said to anyone, hello, I'm a massive uphill gardener, they'd probably completely misunderstand him. Of course, Jack was an absolute screaming homo, but that's by the by. In fact, Ray, I think you should try and slip some of that into your book, because I think I'm really onto something.
Well, I'm not sure that the public's ready for your theory yet, but I must say I have borrowed your broodiness quite a lot.
Now, don't go thinking I've forgotten about that. I've got a new baby now. Chris was out of sugar, so I've managed to get myself a beautiful bouncing bag of barbecue chicken crisps.
Those ones you've just been eating.
Oh, flip!
Anyway, I've made Amstrad get all broody, so he decides to go and see the base doctor. You know, Quack, who's been there years.
Quack?
Yeah, Quack. He's always been the doctor on the base.
I'm sure you know better than me, Ray, but I don't remember there being a doctor.
Well, I must confess to a bit of authorial sleight of hand here. I might not have technically mentioned him ever before, but I wanted to have a doctor, and I thought it was better to have one that had been there years rather than some young new bloke they're going to be embarrassed getting undressed in front of.
All right, Amstrad, let's have a look at the old fella.
Oh, don't you want to know what the matter is first?
Amstrad, it's Quack here, man. You know me, strip first, ask questions later.
All right, yes, it's just I can't help feeling slightly embarrassed.
Embarrassed? Come on, Amstrad, it's me, Quack. I've seen it all before many times. Were you embarrassed when we jumped naked into the polar lake on Drastic 6 with only each other's body heat for survival?
I don't think that ever happened.
Sure it happened. Look, I got the pictures from that vacation.
Isn't that just a standard publicity photo of the Baron with a picture of you, not so much in the photo as stuck on it?
Info! I can see your sense of humor is really coming on. Ever since you and I went to the Emerald City to get you a heart.
Now that does ring a bell.
What's the trouble?
Well, as you almost certainly know, with I dread to think what intimacy, I have a womb, and I've been feeling sort of broody and hot flushy and clocky ticky ticky tocky, and I've wasted my lifey about it.
Have you considered asking a gentleman to do it to you?
Well, I did think about commanding info.
I can't do that! I cannot do that! It's not in my programming. Give him some pills, for God's sake.
Amstrad! It's the old 2 of these a day hormone replacement story all over again.
And let that be an end to it. You're too old to be a mother. You can't teach an old dog new. Wait a minute! Red alert!
Oh, apparently it's Liberty Hall with the red alert now. So, everyone, that's the plan. It was Info's idea, really, and I hope you can all see the benefits. Basically, I'm offering the Labradons a diplomatic marriage, coupling, call it what you will, and our half Labradoni, half Baron Amstradi offspring will bring lasting peace between us all.
Blimey.
Look, it's aliens. It's aliens we're talking about here. I'm not human, as you know. I'm an alien. The Labradors are aliens. The Labrador ambassador is an alien. So for us, me and the ambassador, to have a diplomatic child or offspring for the sake of peace, that is two aliens having intercourse. It is not a man and a dog. Me and a dog. Not. All right?
Good for you, sir. You keep telling yourself that.
Said info robotically.
It reminds me a bit of the cats and dogs crossbreeding thing.
Colin, haven't you got anything better to do than read over my shoulder?
No. Which you were right about, by the way. Doesn't work out.
No?
No, I read the whole email, and in the end, apparently, yes, you do get some cogs, as they call them, which are loyal, sophisticated, friendly, and elegant, all the good stuff.
Yeah?
But then you get loads of dats.
Oh, what, you mean disloyal, stupid, aloof, bark all night, scratch the sofa?
No, they just smell terrible. And they've only got 3 legs, their eyes don't work, and they blow up when they go near pylons.
Never meddle with nature, Colin. Never meddle with nature.
Never meddle with nature.
Yeah. Hello, info.
Congratulations, Beep.
Do you want to see him?
Oh, God love him. Hasn't he got big, soulful eyes?
Bless him, and look at his lovely, furry little hands.
What's he doing? He's licking his...
Oh, yeah. He gets that from his dad.
Daydream Believers was written by and starred David Mitchell and Robert Webb, with Mark Benton, Olivia Colman, Simon Greenall and Mark Evans. The producer was Gareth Edwards.